These high streets have to change. We need to move from smart cities to socially smart cities, where we rethink these corridors of carbon to gardens of oxygen, and thinking about how these spaces can reduce car journeys and emissions, and actually begin to think about how we can transport goods and services through different types of technologies, but then making these roads actually spaces for people. Using analytics to associate both the people to the outcomes enables the process of greening to happen. We need to be as clear with the metrics of social and environmental outcomes as the financial community is about the environmental and infrastructure outcomes they have for cities. So when we're rethinking how do we build cities, we need to be rethinking how do we communicate the social and environmental outcomes that are so important to all of us. By adding technology and a governance system like we're doing at Energy Garden to help facilitate community gardens and renewable energy on social spaces in that urban commons, we can then have a new discussion. Myself, I had cancer when I was 18 and when I was 26, so I went on to study math, medicine, and architecture about how do you structure well-being. And that's what we've been trying to do by building cooperatives that help to facilitate both children and adults into energy infrastructure which supports clean, green, renewable energy. We able to have technology which can then support that process through reducing energy bills, but also by looking at how we can include health and well-being from growing plants and reducing emissions to enable this clean green space. But then through the governance, we actually have an increased amount of awareness that takes place by having communities and cooperatives. The new high street will be enabled through local spaces where people have one vote, one share holdings, where they actually have governance and can enable incredible spaces like this to enable a new type of thinking of how we create green, clean, urban spaces full of technology, but also full of communities. We don't want smart cities, we want social smart cities, and the future is ours.